I pray. Jaja leads the way.
Listen, last year needs a way. If it takes more than birds to sing, to let them know he's the only king of kings. Tell that blessing pure. Emperor Selassie, sunny day, I pray. Judge, I need the way. Desire, sunny day, I pray. That is the way. Desire, wicked out his mountain. They can easily been taken away. But for them I eat them, long time Rasta see them. None of them can come chase I away. Sunny day, I pray. Jaga lead the way. Cause I am sunny day, I pray. That leads the way. Cause I am Sharon is shining just as I shining. And Jah will bless a brighter day. No for them I hate them, long time rest I see them. So I see if cleanse your ways, do some good today. Shut down to Zion way, sunny day, I pray. Jah Jah leads the way, to Zion way. Sunny day, I pray. Jah leads the way, to Zion way. Oh, just I know what's happening every day. Sunny day, I pray. Jaja leads the way to Zion highway. Sunny day, I pray. Jah leads the way to Zion highway. Now I'm on a journey, who is gonna stop me? I see no one in my way. It's even more than words can say. I listen last year needs a way. If it takes more than birds to sing, to let them know he's the only king of kings. Tell that blessing pure. Emperor Selassie, sunny day, I pray. Judge, I need the way. Desire, sunny day, I pray. That is the way. Desire, when the king is forcing, wicked out his mountain. They can easily been taken away. But for them I hate them, long time Rasta see them. None of them can come chase I away. Sunny day, I pray. Jaga lead the way, cause I am sunny day, I pray. That leads the way, cause I am Sharon is shining just as I shining. And Jah will bless a brighter day. No for them I hate them, long time rest I see them. So I see if cleanse your ways, do some good today. Shut down to Zion way, sunny day, I pray. Jah Jah leads the way, to Zion highway, sunny day.
All right, so brothers and sisters, we are live. Right about now, we are live. Just getting everything kicked off. Let's get everything in order right now to bring you the ancient truth of our Elohim. All right, so today's teaching going to be very short. Don't have time to sit down and spend 4 5 hours or 3 hours. Today's live going to be very brief, at least for an hour. So what I'm going to do is just teach things apart from making people understand what would it take for people to understand what timing that we are in, what hour we are in right now. So the reason why I play that song there is for those who are not having the sunny days that they should, for those who are going through what they are going through right now, and for those who truly don't understand what hour that we are in right now. I know a lot of wicked people out there plot to shut me down, plotting to stop me from going live, plotting from stopping me from teaching you or reaching out to you. Well, while that may be accomplished on their end, I am just going to go at least 1 hour of live, because some people just spend only half an hour on live and have like 50,000 views, or some people that have like 120 something thousand views just talking bullshit, nonsense, and have different agendas and all these different madness that they're doing in front of the public. And that is what they teach in the public, because the public love evil. Alright? So if the public love evil, those who love evil, those who support the evil, those who support the atrocities of evil, they will be the ones who the public will support. Alright? While I do understand that, I like to shout out to all my true brothers and sisters in Elohim, and those that have been listening to my life for quite a long time, those who have been following through the prophecies and the divine predictions, and those who have been looking behind the curtains looking to see what Archangel Samuel going to post, or looking to see what I'm going to see next on my lives. Alright, congratulations. The end is here. Alright, the end is actually fulfilling right now. Alright, so this is what really going on around the earth. Alright, so what I want to talk about today is some 3 little things I want to highlight today, and that's the reason why I have that video running on the other side, because today I want to explain of the 3 new volcanoes that is right now being in the process of opening in Cornwall in England, that is in the UK. Right, 3 new fire volcanoes, and right now ABBA is working on doing the groundwork and transporting the lava from point A to point B. So those people who are in Cornwall, let me see if I can just Cornwall in Cornwall in let's see, let me just bring that up. Cornwall in England, right? Those people who are actually in Cornwall, that will bring us to England, right? So that's what's going to happen. 3 new fire volcanoes going to open up in Cornwall. We're going to read the article. Without further ado, we just going to dive right into it. I have a busy schedule, and as I said already, I'm not going to stay long teaching people anymore. Days for that done. If you want to see other live videos that I did teaching of whatever you could teach about, you could go back into the just type in my name and just look under videos, and you will see all the predictions and prophecies, however I want to put it, right? But I definitely know that we don't have much days on the earth here, right? And for those who continue to listen to the false ones, the imposters, the all the evil ones, all the wicked ones, all the ungodly ones who stand in their filth morning, noon, night and day, teaching people rubbish, teaching people bullshit, and persuading people not to listen to I. Well, that day will eventually come upon you so quickly that you wouldn't see when destruction coming, right? So a lot of people been saying all you teaching about is just destruction. All I see is just destruction, 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 right? There's nothing good to come out from this world anymore. Yeah, there's nothing good to come out from this ungodly world. Nothing good whatsoever, right? There's nothing good coming out from this world anymore. That's the reason why the only thing comes out of my mouth right now is to bring destruction, because I see no love amongst humanity, no love amongst the leaders, no love amongst those who in authority, all right, those who Elohim put into authority. There's no love amongst them. So therefore that same love, that same counterfeit love, is the same love that the public possess. And that same possession of counterfeit love is the love that people marry into. Some marry into that same love. Some people have relationships into that same love. Some people have friendships, business partnerships into that same counterfeit love. Hence the reason why there's so much of confusion and so much of different atrocities going on amongst humanity. Yeah, so that's the reason why I come live to, to eventually make you all understand that this earth is going through a phase of destruction, and there's no turning back from the destruction that what Yahuwah is doing right now. Yeah, and if I do a live with half an hour and I do a live with 10 people, well, praise Yah, at least I have 10 people who will truly listen and 10 people who will truly understand what I'm talking about. But when the day of judgment or the day of rapture or the day of the catching away comes, which in the next few weeks from now, then we will hear everybody running around talking about there was good to Elohim and there was good to Elohim. Yeah, but that time they had plots in their heart, they had deceptions in their heart, buried in the depths of their heart, waiting to stab me in the back. Yeah, note, anybody out there who planning to stab me in the back, who might be planning to destroy my character, who may be planning to destroy me, you cannot destroy me. Yeah, you cannot destroy me. Many have come, many go, many come, many go, many come, many go, and none has not been able to destroy me. You know why? Because I am rooted and grounded in Elohim's righteousness. Therefore, I am under the protection of the Most High, the kingdom of Elohim. Yeah, that's the reason why nobody can destroy my character. A lot of people could talk bad or ill things against me, but that doesn't hurt me at all. That doesn't affect my emotions. That does not affect my work schedule. That does not affect me, period. So if anybody out there who want to continue to go about and run the mouth against me, speak lies against me, conjure up demons, yeah, to come against me in the spirit or in the natural, is a losing battle, right? It's a losing battle that anybody who try to come against me now, anybody whatsoever come and try to come against me, you will always lose the battle. Yeah, because you in your flesh, your mind in the fleshly desire, all right, your mind in the desires of the flesh. Hence the reason why you will not understand what I teach. You will not understand what I teach because you're in your flesh. So as long as you stand still in your flesh, you will not understand the spiritual things. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't come live with people, hold up a cutlass in my hand or hold up this in my hand, wear jumpy beads around my neck, skull and bones and all these different evil things to conjure up demons so that the public could continue to support me. Yeah, I don't deal with evil. I don't deal with witchcraft, black magic. Yeah, yes, and as boss a cuss. Yes, and as cuss, right? Tell nobody all day saints, you know. Nobody all day saints. So when people come to me and say, but Archangel Samuel, you discuss. Yes, I discuss. You see, when I'm ready to discuss, I'm ready to discuss. Because I discuss it in righteousness. Yeah? And I discuss it in ungodliness. So I'm making people understand exactly what I am referring to and what I'm saying. Yeah? So people have a perfect understanding of what I mean. Yeah? Alright, so as we could see, those are all the major earthquakes that's right now happening. As you can see, New Zealand, places like Hungary having earthquakes. That's because we joined NERA. there's nothing that I could say right now, right, could prove to the public, that we in the end time, because the public has already been deceived by the psychics, by the pastors, by all those in authority, the leaders, the government ministers. The public has already been deceived. There's nothing that I could say to prove the point that we are in the end. Although they're seeing that we are in the end, they don't want to acknowledge that they are in the end, because the public is comfortable living in sin. The public comfortable dressing all how, the public comfortable doing whatsoever they do in their private life, and think that the Creator don't see. The Creator does see, right? So let me just talk a little bit on the homosexual agenda, right? Now, the homosexual community talks about whatever we do in the bedroom is none of the public business. But what I want to make it very, 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 very clear to the public, honestly clear to the public, right, is the fact that, yes, you're doing it in your bedroom. Yes, it is in your bedroom. But the Creator is saying that, because of the lifestyle that you're living. So let me say, you doing whatever you're doing in your bedroom, you with man and woman with woman, that's the time and we are in right now. So what the homosexual community is trying to do, they're trying to force their lifestyle upon the youths of today. That is an abomination. Whatever you do in your bedroom stays in your bedroom, yes, but that is a sin in the eyesight of the Creator. The Creator is saying, all you do, whatever you do in your bedroom, your lifestyle, your ungodly lifestyle is a stench. Hence the reason why destruction must come upon the earth, and it must happen quickly. It will happen quickly. Well, we've seen it happening quickly, and we know that the public accustomed with their ungodly lifestyle. We know the public accustomed with their party, and whatever they do in their private life, it doesn't matter to me, it doesn't matter to Elohim, because Elohim told you, turn away from your ungodly ways, turn away from sin, repent, and come back into righteousness. Don't turn to another God, don't turn to idols, don't turn to stones, don't worship wood, don't worship nothing that have life. Worship the Creators who is life. But that ain't happening, right? That ain't happening, but everybody vexed, everybody angry and upset. Why the world must come to an end right now? Why must Elohim do this? But when you was doing what you was doing, you didn't have no shame in the eyes of the Creator. You didn't have no shame at all in the eyes of the Creator. So everything must go your way and nothing must go the Creator's way. That is where the Creators give humanity enough time to repent. Enough time was given to repent. 8 years was given to humanity. 8 years to repent and to return, right? During that 8 years, you see all the things that happen, right? You see all the things that going on. You see all the distractions, all the false flags happening in America, shooting here, shooting there. After shooting happened in Texas, shooting happening in California, shooting happening here, shooting happening there. This one committing so-called suicide, who is a millionaire, and this one they're locking up. It's all a public distraction. But nobody listens to me. So, and the reason why the public must be taken unaware of the destructions of their enemies. You know why? Because the enemy is plotting, the Creator trying to set things in order, right, to bring the earth to an end, because the enemies will never stop persecuting you. The enemies will never stop. They will never stop. Whether or not you like it or not, the enemy will never stop. The enemy will never stop persecuting you. The enemy will never stop tormenting you. The enemy will continue, and they will continue to make promises and promises and promises. We will change, we will do this, we will upgrade this, we will do this, and blah 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 blah. And the truth is, nothing never really happens. Nothing never really comes out of that agenda, because it's all an agenda. It's all an agenda. Because it's all an agenda, hence the reason why the government will never ever change their stance to take over humanity. Yeah, because humanity is stupid. Yeah, that's why they give them so much of deception, so much of an agenda. Anyhow, enough talk. All right, so we see a lot of earthquakes happening, and we're gonna get into today's live teaching. As I said already, I'll just play a little music in between, but that's going to be shortened too as well in order to facilitate the teaching for an hour. Yeah, so we're going to talk today about this that you see in here right now. And let me see if I can just bring it up for you all, so that this will be proof that these are things that I have already discussed with the public, but nobody listens, right? So because nobody listens, that's the reason why things are happening really quickly. Nobody listens. Remember, the scripture speaks about that there's one that will come, the messenger of Elohim, well, which is I, that if the people don't listen to anything that he says, yeah, anything that he says, Yahuwah said that he will come and smite the earth with a curse. Right, we're seeing that happening all over the earth, and people still ignores the divine messenger of Elohim. I don't know what I have to do to prove who I am again to the public, but I'm done with that. Yeah, I don't have to prove myself to nobody. You know what I mean? I gotta prove myself to nobody. Time and time again, the evil ones keep proving this, their agenda to you, but it's like you support the evil ones and not support the righteousness of the Creator. So what you want the Creator to do? Huh? What you want the Creator to do? Anyhow, I'm going to read out to you. I mean, let me just bring down this right down so people can see. That's why I bring it up full screen, right? I'm not gonna do anything to prove who I am any good. I just wanna, we just wanna do this, right? River turns bright tortoise, prompting investigation. Yeah, this happened in this actually happened today in the UK, right? This happened today in the UK. So these are things that I've already explained already, that would have happened some weeks ago, and nobody listened. Nobody. When I mean nobody, I say nobody listened. Yeah, that is where the problem comes in, when nobody listens. Alright, anyhow, as we are reading here, right, river turns bright tortoise, prompting investigations. Yeah, let me see if I could just bring up this. Alright, I'm gonna just bring this on top. Alright, so as you can see, river turns. Come on, I'm looking for this to turn out there. Anyhow, river turns bright, and right now it's prompting an investigation. What's going on here, boy? The link sticking. So this is the investigation right now. It's being done in the UK. I want to see all the comments good enough. Alright, so river turns blood red. Sorry, not blood red, but river turns tortoise in the UK. Not blood red, eh? Right, but we could expect blood red and stuff like that. And the reason that why this river turned this color, this is what I'm going to explain to you all. Right? I know when I explain certain things, people just take the credit and put it on their live. And they just do live or do videos on what I already explained, which is kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's kind of a bad habit. And everybody now want to be famous. Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be in the know of the disasters, the earthquakes, the storms. Everybody talking about they predict this and they predict that. But where were these people who talking about that they predicted this and they predicted that and look it happened? And where were they, right, in 2007 when I was being tormented? There was nowhere around to help. They were all against me. They was against Yah. This is just to prove to you that the ones who truly suffer for the public to receive the truth of Elohim, right? Who teach about Elohim, who started to make the public be aware of Elohim, wasn't the Israelites? No. Was no people in Israel teach you about Elohim? All of a sudden now everybody know about Elohim. Nobody knew about Elohim. Not even the organizations and them out there. Alright, Christian so-called organizations and them out there know anything about Elohim. Is I, Archangel Samuel. It's I who been under torment and persecution for righteousness. Me being tormented and persecuted for righteousness' sake, because the names of Mama, Papa, and Lord Yahushua used in all my prophecies. Alright, people get offended. They think I should stick with Christianity. They think you should, why are you talking about this? You should stay with Christianity. But may I remind you people, I don't please human beings. You know what I mean? I don't please people. I don't please human people. Because when I say to please human people, human people, don't please nobody but the Almighty. Trust me. Only please Elohim only. Right? Alright, so what we're going to do here, alright, is just, well, it's not nothing to read or nothing to see anymore. But this is the beginning of a volcano. 3 volcanoes during the next 7 days. Not 50 days, 7 days. During the next 7 days, this liquid that was seen in the river in UK, in the Cornwall area of the UK, Cornwall area in the UK, I don't know where that is really, but Cornwall in the UK, right? They see somebody reported seeing the river turn blood. I was saying blood. Somebody saw the river turn tortoise, completely blue, beautiful blue and nice. That this is not no substance, no natural substance, or this is not somebody throwing paint in the river. If this was truly paint, you would have seen stains of paint all over. You would have seen stains of paint. Let me just go up. Right. Now, you would have seen stains of paint all on the trees here. You would have seen stains of paint. This is something just like methane gas. Yeah? This is the substance that is used when Yahuwah had to create a fire volcano. Right? Now, I did a live about this some couple of months ago when the Indonesian volcano Jakarta that is in Indonesia. That was last year 2018. Yeah, last year 2018 when I did that live. Yeah, I did a live last year 2018 when the volcano erupted and that triggered a tsunami in Sunda Strait in Indonesia. Right after the volcano was after the volcano erupted, yeah, this same color and other color lava began to flow into the stream. What it means that ABBA created different color or different sections of methane gas. Now, different methane gas does different things. Yeah. And today I am not going to explain different methane gas, as NASA, USGS, and all of them, they done planning already to snatch this life, because you know they want answers. They want answers that nobody could answer on the earth. Yeah, people will have speculations and say, yeah, somebody maybe throw paint in a river, but who had time? Who really had time to go in a river and mix it with paint? Nobody had time for that. You see? So this is the reason why when the river turned blood red in Moruga a few weeks ago, right, USGS, US seismic, right, went down there, Sokoli went down there, claimed they went down there and took tests. And when they came back with the tests, they said that it's not too far. You telling me, let me tell you something, how stupid humanity really is, right? The place where the river was seen blood red, there were no companies close by, no paint companies, nobody, no houses close by, nothing like that. Yeah, and where this river of tortoise was seen in the UK, in Cornwall, which having floods, which having terrible weather patterns right now. And may I remind the public that this same Cornwall had 3 earthquakes just 3 days ago. 3 days ago had 3 minor earthquakes in Cornwall. Yeah, it's so sad that the public don't know or not aware of what is going on because the public not listening. Yeah, they're not listening. If they're listening to me, the divine messenger of Elohim, yes, if they listen to me, then they will know very well what activity is going to happen next, what's going to happen next, or anything like that. Nobody listens. So fine, we will just go ahead with our plans. When it do happen, yeah, and there will be nobody else to blame because nobody listens. Yeah, that the problem with the public today is that they will never listen righteousness. They wouldn't take 1 minute at a time, or they wouldn't sit down for an hour and pay attention to a teaching, a divine teaching. They rather to listen to nonsense. Yeah, so that's what's going on all the time. Anyhow, right, as you can see, it's torturous there, right? That is 3 volcanoes, 3 fire volcanoes will be developed in Cornwall in the UK. Right, now let's just go over to Hawaii. On the island of Hawaii, the Himalaya, I think it's the Himalaya, I can't remember the name of the name of the volcano, Kilo. The volcano Kilo have been showing signs of some pools of puddle of substance. Right, that substance in Kilo is the same thing that you see in there. It's just is a different color. Yeah, so let me see if I could just bring that up to show you all there the different color of tortuous. I think it's tortuous or tortuous. We will go over to it, and let me see if I could. It's Kilo volcano, right? There's a phase of right now some substance, right, in the volcano itself, right? I could find that for you all because I think I already did a full teaching of it. So it's just to look for it, to show people that, hey, I really talk about this already. Also too, guys, we have reached 25 billion. Alright, let me just rephrase my question. We have reached 25 billion tons of ice that melted in Iceland. Yeah, and when USGS lied and told the public, hey, remember this life is not going long. Remember when USGS lied and told the public? Well, I saw it on Facebook, and I see some people sharing the link all over and stating that there's not New Zealand, oh gosh, Alaska, right, stating that Alaska is right now ice free. That is not truth. Yeah, that is not truth at all, because the ice in Alaska still need to melt. So they're lying to the public, and because they don't want the public to know what really going on in Alaska. The people in Alaska under suppression, and if anybody come out and talk about about what's going on in Alaska and retain to the ice, yeah, but no, they're lying to the public and telling the public, well, the ice in Alaska has melted. They keep lying over. I think there's a video here. They keep lying over and over and over and over to the public, making them believe that the ice in Alaska has melted. No, the ice in Iceland ain't melt yet. The ice down by Argentina ain't melt yet. There's a lot of ice still to melt to create those tsunamis. Yeah, and the purpose of the ice being melted is to create tsunamis, right? The purpose of the ice being created, right? Let me just bring this up so that people could see. I'll bring it up just now. Right. So this is the proof here of what I'm talking about, that ABBA is creating fire volcanoes even in Hawaii too. These volcanoes will be used to create lava balls and all these different things. All these beautiful different things will be happening in Cornwall during the next 7 days. Yeah, so during the next 7 days in Cornwall, we're going to see different things happening in Cornwall in respects to the earthquakes. So the purpose of the earthquake that happened in Cornwall in the UK, it meant that Yahuwah began to move this substance into little ponds and lakes, right? And then when he gathered here, he's going to open a crater in the middle of Cornwall. Commander, Sister Lauren, Sister Karen. Right? Where is anybody listening in the UK or in Cornwall? The whole of Cornwall should be locked on right now. I believe the whole of Cornwall should be locked on. The whole world should be locked on right now. Listening, I'm trying to understand what I'm saying here. Yeah? The whole of Cornwall should be listening, because the people in Cornwall or in UK, USCS, they knows nothing. Absolutely nothing. They will take tests and come back and tell you all somebody threw a bucket of tortoise paint in the river. And people will believe them, eh? People will believe them. It's sad. But I will tell you all the truth, you know, the honest truth. Yeah? Sad. But anyhow, let's play this video. Well, this video, right, was recorded in Hawaii. As you can see, the 4th of August 2018, that is when ABBA began earthquakes in Hawaii. And I'm sure if we go back and we look at earthquakes during the 4th of August, you will see where there was an increase of minor to major earthquakes happening in Hawaii that nobody is talking about. Not USGS talking about the earthquakes happening in Hawaii. But I am telling you, the public, why these earthquakes are happening. But I'm a madman, right? I telling you the truth, but I'm mad. Anyhow, no, we don't want to take people too long, but some people more busy than I. Some people more busy than the old salvation. Yeah? So let me just go forward to this. So this is Hawaii here. This is the Kilo volcano. By now, this pool that we are seeing here, this lovely pool that we are seeing here, is the same substance. Is the same substance. Let's watch this there. Right. The same tortoise substance that we seen in UK, in Cornwall here, is the same substance that we are seeing in Hawaii. Is the same thing, just a different color. There are different color lavas as well. There's green, there's blue, there's purple. It have different color lava, right? If you look carefully at the rainbow colors represents the volcano, the texture of the volcano, and the color of the rainbow, a matter of fact, have the same coloration. The same colors of the rainbow have the same colors of lava. Yeah, it's just that USGS never, and the other people who does deal with seismic and all them other thing, they never yet discover purple lava. I think they did discover purple lava. I think there's a volcano in Indonesia that shows the same tortoise lava. You see the same tortoise lava? You see the same tortoise acid, or the same tortoise methane gas? Yeah, this represents the rainbow as well. This represents the rainbow. So every volcano have different color lava. The fire volcanoes, the water volcanoes, all those different volcanoes have different color lava. Yeah, the different color lava are to do with Yellowstone. Yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do is play all this video, and I'm going to prove to you, the public, that the same tortoise that we see in here in the UK is the same tortoise in the super volcano Yellowstone. Yeah? Right, so the same thing that we see in here, the same puddle that we see in here, this is the same thing that going on right now in Hawaii, the same thing going on in the UK, which was discovered today. Today it was discovered, right? Just today it was discovered. And I want to make this very clear. Don't send me no friend request if you're not going and talk to me in box, right? Like, if you're not going and talk to me, if you're not going to speak to me, I don't know why people that send me friend requests and they don't even say good morning, good evening. They don't say nothing. Yeah? Alright, so don't send me a friend request and you don't talk. Yeah? Don't waste my time now, right? Anyhow, if you want to truly learn and keep up to date, share the lives and all these different beautiful things, then that is okay with me. If you don't want to be my friend on Facebook, that's fine. Yeah, and that's the reason why I am not on YouTube, not because I will be fight down only, but because the major or minor or mega amount of people is on Facebook. So Facebook has become one of the harvest field. We have YouTube as a harvest field. We have Twitter as a harvest field. But the most amount of people, yeah, that you will find who will be interested in different things will be on Facebook. Facebook is a harvest field, just like how YouTube and all the other social media platforms is a harvest field, where some people will do evil things, some will do good, some will do righteous. So that means that because it's a harvest field, you could get the righteous ones, the unrighteous ones. You could get different people from different walks or different cultures of deceptions on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitter. Yeah, so that is the reason why you might find some people might be interested in this, some people might be interested in that, but most of all, overall, the social media platforms, yeah, nobody, I mean most people, next to nobody, I will just give my percentage, at least out of 100, you have like 25% of people on social media is not interested in learning this, not interested in righteousness, not interested in truth. Yeah, and the other percentages of 100, yeah, they're all interested in unrighteous things. They're interested in they're interested in different things that does not include righteous salvation. Yeah, that's the reason why the world is going how it is. That's the reason why the world is going rather how it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, as we see the portal here, I am going to look for a video, another video rather, of Yellowstone. Yeah, I'm going to show you all how Yellowstone supervolcano, right, have a lot to do. Let me see if I can just bring that up there. So I am going to look for a video, right, of Yellowstone supervolcano, and you will see all the colors of the rainbow, right, that is in Yellowstone. Different gases that made up different color lava. I teach about this some years ago, but it's sometimes all right to go back and explain how certain things happen. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring up that video there for you. Let me see if that video could boot really quick. We don't have much time. All right, as we can see here, right, we have a few minutes left on this live. Only a few minutes left, right? So I bring up Yellowstone here, and we're gonna see the same tortoise color. Let me see if I could find a little close-up of Yellowstone where you could see for yourself. Right, you see these same colors that we are seeing here in Yellowstone. These same colors that we are seeing here in Yellowstone, folks, is the same tortoise color that we see in the UK. Right, in Cornwall in the UK is the same tortoise colors that we see in there. Let me see if I can just go up and give you a little closer look at the tortoise color. Yeah, all right, the same tortoise color. Let me see if I can just go down. Right, the same tortoise color. It came out from these holes there. You see the holes that you see in there. You see the two holes that you see in there. And as you can see, the way all the holes form a certain face. If you look from a different angle, you can see it looks like a face, and it have a Hebrew writing too as well. If you look good, there's a Hebrew writing, right where the substance is coming out. There's a Hebrew writing. So this was the reason for this was the reason for the 3 minor earthquakes that happened in Cornwall last week. No, not last week. A few days ago, right? This was the reason, so that ABBA could begin its phase of creating three fire volcanoes in Cornwall, which will be in the center of Cornwall. One is already being developed. I'm not sure if this location here is in the center, but I was told by Yahuwah that one will be in the center of Cornwall. Within the next 7 days, we will see more signs of this blue substance, all right, this blue methane gas that will be used to fill in the volcano, the 3 fire volcanoes that they will be created in Cornwall. So one will be in the center of Cornwall. A few years ago, I think in 1999, there was a solar eclipse. There was a solar eclipse seen in Cornwall. That said spot where the solar eclipse was seen, that is exactly where the volcanoes will be. That is exactly where the new fire volcanoes will be developed. Right now, right as we speak now, Yahuwah hold his hand on that creation there, because a lot of work is a lot of work to bring the earth to a complete destruction. I might sound like a madman for now. For now, I might sound mad, but think about it. Yeah, think about it. Yeah. So we don't have much time left on the live. All right. So as we can see, the color of the lava. This is Yellowstone. The color of the lava in Yellowstone is the same tortoise color that we see in the UK, right? The same tortoise color. Yeah, it's just look a kind of see if I can bring up a next color. Right, so as we can see in this volcano, this is the same Yellowstone. Yeah, as we can see, yellow, green, white, and different substance that is made up in order to create lava or something like that. I ain't going too deep in that, yeah, because I explained this and people did not understand. Yeah, so not only that, the USGS stole my teaching about this a couple of years ago. Yeah, so as you can see for your own eyes, this what we're seeing here is different color lava. This is a different color lava that we're seeing here. As you can see, the color of Yellowstone represents the rainbow. Yeah, the color of Yellowstone represents the same rainbow that the homosexual community desecrate and mock and scoff. That is the this is the color of the rainbow that we see in here, and this is in woman in Yellowstone. Yeah, so just giving you all an idea of this before we move on forward to the last teaching. We're gonna move on to the last final teaching for today, so that's making sure that everybody understand. Right, so what I'm going to do is bring up the other teaching now, as we ended that teaching for Cornwall. If there's any questions, questions whatsoever, you all are free as usual to, you know, give your idea of whatever you get in the spirit about that, right? But I just want to do something else here before we go. I just want to extend. I don't want to stay too long, as we only have 20 minutes left, right? So as you can see here, this was in Trinidad, all right? The red substance, the same red substance, is the same thing that we seen here in Cornwall. It's just that it's not red, it's tortoise. Yeah, it's a bright blue. Yeah, it's a beautiful blue. I love this color, by the way. This color is my thing. This is my color. Yeah. As you can see, sometimes even the sky does look like this color. Even the sky does look tortoise too as well. Yeah, that is true. Even the sky looks like that. That is because it's the creation of a new volcano, right? When you see that, it's a plague, right? They say, the Bible says a plague, but it's a sign of a volcano close by. Yeah, anytime you see red like this, and let me see a whole place turn red like this, the Trinidadians should be locked on wherever you are. If you're learning geography, whatever you're learning right now, this is for you. Whatever you're learning right now, Archangel Samuel has so much knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of everything going on around the earth. It's just that people just don't listen, right? That is the reason why ABBA after advances plans, because people don't listen to receive the warning, to receive salvation. if they receive the warning early, then they will know to get themselves in line so that they will not have to partake of certain judgments that will commence. Yeah? Right, so we're going back to this tortoise here. So the tortoise, same tortoise color that we are viewing right now in the UK is the same thing that we are seeing in Trinidad. It's just that this is red. This is red, and that is tortoise. Yeah? Now, we wouldn't see this tortoise color in Trinidad just yet, because there's a lot of things still to happen, which I'm going to talk about on this live today. There were a couple earthquakes that happened exactly as the drawing, which I'm going to prove to you all today the reason why USGS, UE Seismic, NASA, and all the other organizations are completely upside down and Illuminati owned, that they do not want to publicize the lives that I do so that you all could learn more. Right? If I do a teaching like this, yeah, and I do other teachings like this, if you go back to see the teachings, you can't see it. Only I alone could view the teachings. You know why? Because the Illuminati already put certain restrictions on my life so that people do not be aware of what's going on. So they want to be the ones to be in advance, to learn things from me, from my lives, in order to facilitate it in their agenda, so that they now will now put it into perspective as though that they are the ones discovered this teaching or the teachings that I did before, so that the people now will look up to them as they are the ones who truly are receiving these divine understanding or knowledge or wisdom of these supernatural things that is happening around the earth. So this is the reason why I'm being tormented and persecuted over and over, and people just don't get it. How much it takes really to teach the public the truth. Israel is really, really hard to reach out to people who not listening, or to say, right? So as we are saying, UE Seismic, USGS sent so-called analysis and thing, and they took tests and all kind of thing, and when they came back with the results to publish to the public, they said that it have a paint factory not too far up the road. Let me tell you something, how stupid humanity is. There are people who live in that said area. Yeah, we're going to go to that in a second. We're going to go to that now, a matter of fact. So we don't talk about the UK. We don't talk about what's going to happen there. In the next live, sometime again, in the next few days, we're going to talk something else. I believe that this live should all now be viral, and that the real truth should really be publicized, rather than people with their own assumptions and things which is not the way how it is. But I'm telling you the way how it is, and the way how it is, and the way how it will be. I am the one who is the one. I am the one who is the one who is the one, the only one, the only worthy one, who is the only worthy one. Right? Alright, so I am going to remove the teaching of the tortoise now, as we completed this teaching. And as I said already, for the people in the UK, there will be 3 new volcanoes beginning creation in the UK, and the same thing going to happen in Lombok. The same thing going to happen in, well, we already have a fire volcano in Lombok. In northeast of Lombok in Indonesia, there is a volcano called Rajani. Rajani has shown signs of fire, as the meteorologists or the people BMKG in Indonesia have absolutely no idea what's going on that mountain. They call it a mountain, but it's not a mountain. It's the creation of a new fire volcano in Lombok. Yeah, they wouldn't admit it. They wouldn't admit to the Indonesian Archangel Samuel is the main source. They wouldn't do that. Let me just bring up an example too. I'm going to talk about an example before we go forward. I don't want the time to run out. But there's a teaching now in Indonesia from BMKG, the president of Indonesia. They compiled my teaching of the tsunami to happen in Java, the tsunami to happen in Bali, the tsunami to happen in Lombok, Sulawesi, Papua New Guinea, and Papua. they compiled that teaching and they put it now into a standard teaching where the Indonesians could learn from it, but at the same time BMKG stole my teachings of the teachings of the mega tsunami or the mega crust earthquakes. When I talk about mega crust earthquakes months ago or a couple years ago, I was talking about the mega crust earthquakes to begin in 2020. To begin in 2020, in the half of 2019, to begin that phase of the mega crust earthquake, which I call the catastrophic earthquakes, the catastrophic mega earthquakes, right? That is going to happen on the second half of this year, 2019 into 2020. Now, I'm not going to say anything further on that because I have to come back and teach you all something again based on that. So I just want to keep it nice and sweet, not too long, not too much talking, not too much music, but bring it sweet. You know how to confuse the enemy of certain things I'm saying too, so that they won't take everything I'm saying and run with it and say that they are the ones who discovered this and they discovered that and they discovered the other. But as Archangel Samuel is the one who is fighting to reach out to the public, because I care about the souls of humanity. I care about the souls of humanity, that I don't want them to be destroyed, but at the same time I'm trying to reach out, but the enemies on them is the ones that is trying to deceive you all against me. And I have people in the countries, in the nations, working tirelessly to destroy my character so that people do not listen to me. So it's all to poison the minds of humanity, and it's all to steal the teachings of the divine ancient truth of Elohim, which you could only receive from Archangel Samuel only. That's all. And other people have 5,000 million views, but I don't have that. Because I don't teach rubbish. I don't teach unrighteousness. I don't teach things where you see women tweaking and all them different things, and people mixing righteousness with unrighteousness and feeding people that. That is rubbish. That is tutu that you're feeding them. Right? So, as I said already, we don't teach about the tortoise, right? Now I'm going to bring up another proof of how accurate I really am in teaching you all about the earthquakes before we go, right? So let me see if I can just bring that up there for you. What I'm going to do is remove the teaching of the tortoise. I'm going to bring up the teaching of the earthquakes. Let me see if I can just bring it up there. The teachings of earthquakes, right, to happen, or already happening, matter of fact, on the island of Trinidad, right? So bear with me. Let's see if I could just bring that up there. So now I'm going to bring up the teachings, right, of the earthquakes that are happening right now on the island of Trinidad. That's Trinidad and Venezuela. Okay. All right. So as we can see here right now, let me see. We'll just go back here. So there seems to be a little sticking problem here. Before we go, right? This blood red was discovered in Moruga. Moruga is an island in Trinidad, which I'm going to show you all soon. It's a bushy area, and there's no paint factories anywhere near Moruga, right? It was discovered in New Moruga. And not too far from Moruga, there was a fire volcano. No, not fire, sorry. There was a... Let's see if I can just bring this up. There was a... There was a mud volcano. There was a mud volcano that erupted a few weeks ago. Which I already talked about. I already did forecast. I already forecasted an earthquake to happen where a new mud volcano will be developed. A new mud volcano will be developed. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I just want you to understand, right? So now we're seeing earthquakes happening here in Trinidad, right? So let me see if I can just bring it up a little, zoom it up again for you all. Right, so I'm bringing it up a little, zooming up for you. as you can see, the places where the earthquakes happen. Before we could go to anything else, the public must understand what is at stake here is their souls. Yeah? What is at stake here is their souls. And if I don't tell you the truth, then you will be destroyed, right, with your enemies, right? I know you always say, you know what, I keep coming and I keep telling you all about destruction. And that's all I'm talking about continually. Right? And you know what I noticed too? I noticed that when there's a lot of people on the live, you don't see the hypocrites and them coming out and talking. You know what I mean? All you need to stop that kind of way. Really, really need to stop that kind of way. Right? Yeah, that way you need to honestly stop. Right? Now, these are the earthquakes that are forecasted in 2018. Right? Right through this year, since last year, 2018. As a matter of fact, since 2017. Right? I gave the teaching of how the earthquakes will be happening to facilitate the mega catastrophic tsunami that will be happening off the coast of Sogonas. This is the coast of Sogonas here. This is Sogonas right here. Right? This is Sogonas that we are seeing here right now. And these are the different earthquakes that happen. Right? The colors might vary. Or yeah, the colors might vary because you all mightn't see that well. But let me see if I can just bring it up a little more again. Right, so I already gave the forecast of all the earthquakes will be happening. As you can see, it coming down right to the town or city of Labre. Let me see if I can just go back down there. No, take up too much time. Let's see if I can do this. So these are the different earthquakes that happened. A few days ago, I think 3 days ago, there was 3 earthquakes that happened in this line, right? So what I'm going to do here before we end today's teaching, I don't want to stay too long, right? But what we could do here, as you can see, this is the same pattern of that I told you all that the earthquakes will happen. Definitely right here, which I'm going to bring up for you in just a second, right? Where I spoke about the earthquakes to happen in Saparia, to happen in Pinal, to happen in Rio Claro, the earthquakes to happen in St. James, northeast of Trinidad, the earthquakes to happen in Arima, the earthquakes to happen in Diego Martin, the earthquakes to happen Piaco, the earthquakes to happen in Charleville. Yeah, let me see if I can just find that quickly. All right, so what I'm going to do here, see if I can just find it. I did an update of the drawings. Might be kind of hard to pull that up now, but I just want to show you all. I did already forecast it, and it was drawn since 2017 to unfold for 2018, 2019, and 2020. Yeah, I do not know about 20. I don't know absolutely nothing about 2030, 2035, 2040. I know nothing about that. Yeah, because I know the world coming to an end. So I ain't teaching nothing about 2030 and 2035, how it will be and all them kind of thing. I'm not deceiving the public. I have no reason to deceive the public because I'm teaching the public the truth. And if those people who saying I deceiving the public are listening to me, well, that is them. Yeah? But this is me. I trying to make you all understand what's really going on so that you all have a full scale ahead of understanding of what's going on, right? So as we can see here right now, make sure and follow me for more updates. Send your friend requests. When you're sending your friend requests, please send a private message so that I know that you watch my live, that you're not coming to ask me stupid questions. A lot of people ask me stupid questions where they could go on their knees and ask. Anyhow, as I was saying already, the earthquakes was already forecasted already to happen. Yeah, as you can see the drawing on the other side, right? Now let me just see if I'll just bring it up. Oh, I already had a drawing all on it. Okay, I didn't know about that. All right, so as you can see oh, this is not what I had up there, right? Alright, so I'm not sure if the right thing I'm touching right now, eh? Alright, which one it is, boy? So So as you can see, the drawing on the other side. Right. See if I can, which one it is, boy. Right, this one. Right. This one. Alright, so as you can see here, this is the divine drawing for how Trinidad will end. This is how Trinidad is going to come to an end. And as you can see the drawing already, I have it bright and nice and sweet for the public to see, right? So as the public could see here, right, exactly where the earthquakes happen, as you can see, the letter F going straight down to the letter K. I didn't have enough room. I didn't have enough room to draw Carupano and Maturin and all these different places. So all what I did a complete teaching about it, where you could look through my Facebook videos and you will see all these teachings. If maybe, I don't know if you want to learn more about that, but the teaching was already forecast for how the earthquakes to happen, for how the earthquakes to happen for Zagonas, or the earthquake to happen for Siparia. As you can see right here, right where you're seeing the fault, that is exactly where the earthquake happened. And I'm going to bring up a next teaching. Just glaze your eyes on that teaching for a while. As you can see, the map on the left, on the left hand side of the screen, the map on the left hand side of the screen have all the previous earthquakes. So this is not something that I'm making up and I'm telling the public. Well, in the public, well, I'm not forecasting this, and no, this drawing out for years. Since 2017, I forecasted how the earthquakes will happen for Trinidad, the Caribbean islands. I did drawings for Indonesia, Philippines. I did drawings for Papua New Guinea and all those different places, which was stolen from the authorities, USGS and the others. That's the reason why they're speaking about different earthquakes and different things that they never hear before. It comes from me. I am the main source. I am the one who they're stealing these things from, right? So that they could so-called educate the public but deceive them at the same time, right? Because they will never tell the public, give credits to Archangel Samuel, because Archangel Samuel is the one who taught this on his lives. All the elites listen to my life. They sit down, they laugh at the public, they watch what they could watch, they take notes, they take as much notes as possible, because the elites, yeah, they know exactly who I am, and they know I am actually telling the truth, because it's years on this battlefield, fighting to get the ancient truth out so that the public could be aware of how things will unfold on the earth. But that wasn't anything that I was able to stop, because the enemy continued to block certain things from happening. Yeah, and then different people will go on their live and say, well, you know, I tell all of this was gonna happen. I tell all of this was gonna happen. But I forecasted this before it ever happened, before it was never even in the hearts of men to come say, okay, to record this earthquake happened there. Before they could ever think about an earthquake, it was given beforehand, so that when that day come, the forecast of earthquakes around the earth was already produced as proof, so that when it begin, humanity have no reason to doubt me at all, as I saying who I am. You know what I mean? People have no reason to doubt me. Alright, so for those who listening to this live, right, I explained about the tortoise and all these different things. I like to go back and recap of these different things. But hear what? I want to bring up a next teaching, right? But this next teaching, I'm not going to do this next teaching today, right? I'm just going to make the teachings for the days brief as possible, because during the next 7 days, we're going to see a more increased and intensity of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. And the purpose of the reason why Yahuwah El Elyon and the angels are executing these earthquakes is to bring the world to a complete end, as the enemy poisoned generations against the creators, and now the generation hates the creators, hate to listen to the creators. Now they listen to other voices rather than the creator, or rather than the one, the only one, the worthy one, who the Creator Yahuwah, El Elyon, Mama IMAYAH, King Yahushua, the triune eternal family, has given authority and power to speak through, right? And the reason why I could do supernatural things. A lot of people might call me false or whatever they could say. That is in the minds of human beings to doubt the righteous one, right? I understand that. Now, guys, if we go back into the days of Noah, people see in the days of Noah, they have computers and they have internet and all these different beautiful things that they have now, which we could reach out to more people one-on-one, and we could teach one another to be righteous, to live righteous, and to make righteousness a lifestyle, to make righteousness a everyday lifestyle, not something that you can just pick up and read for one day or listen to it for 1 hour and then go back into your ungodly ways and say repent. That is not righteousness, period, right? But anyhow, we talk about that on different lives. Not going to talk about that today. So as we can see, the earthquake happen exactly where you see these letters happening. That is exactly where the earthquakes are happening right now. All the earthquakes. And if you go to UE seismic page, you will definitely see all the earthquakes that happened from 2017 to 2019. This point, yeah, it's on this map. It's on this map because this map is not up to dated, because I didn't do no recent up to dates on the map, because what is there is there. That is where the earthquakes is going to happen, and there's nothing else that I could do about it. This is a divine scroll how Yahuwah going to do earthquakes in Trinidad, the Caribbean islands, right? So this is where you will understand, right, the pieces of the puzzle that is missing, yeah. Hence the reason why I do it in an alphabetical order, so that people could understand exactly how the earthquakes are happening, and the reason why I put it in an alphabetical order. The reason why I put it in an alphabetical order, because not all the earthquakes will happen exactly where I put it at the same day. It will happen 3 days after, or a month after, or a year after. In order to facilitate the drawings, the earthquakes have to happen in that order, right? As we can see the order here, as you can see the order with F, as F is Poloma and G is Mathurin, and here will be Aripa, I can't pronounce the name right now, but here will be Aripa, all right, and Kasane and all them different places, right? And this here will be Guyara. I can't pronounce the name right. That is a place in Venezuela. Those are the places where the earthquakes are happening right now in Venezuela, right? And to bring proof, you all could look on different apps and you might be able to see that what I'm talking about, right? But as you can see here, as I'm teaching you all here, you can see that, as I said already, the F stands for Poloma, the G is Mathurin, the E is Carapano, and the K letter, this K letter is Labre. This letter over here will be Reclaro, Manzanalandum, different places. The fault will be where Superior, all those different places will be shocked, which has happened a few days ago on the 4th of August 2019. ABBA executed an earthquake in Superior, which had other magnitudes that follow. No aftershock, right? I ain't teaching all this shit here, and I'm not telling the public that aftershocks do exist. Aftershocks is a myth. Aftershocks is a creation of NASA, not to indicate that there are earthquakes happening on the said spot. So what they say, that's an aftershock. You know, a foreshock or aftershock. What the hell is a foreshock or aftershock? There's no foreshock and there's no blasted aftershock. Anything that happens after a mega earthquake or anything happens after a major earthquake, a mini earthquake, is considered as an earthquake. Yeah, wherever it happens, there's nothing like aftershock or foreshock. Unlearn that. That is a myth. It do exist. right? That's a term that USGS and all the others invented, a word that they invented to hide the fact that earthquakes will happen after a mega earthquake happen, or a major or a mini earthquake happen on that same spot. They will call it a foreshock, right? So right now we have at least 11,000 earthquakes. Yeah, 11,000, not 10, not 6, not 9, or not 4. We have 116. We have 11,116,000 earthquakes happen in southern and central California. Yeah, the said place that happened in Ridgecrest, that happened on the 4th. Yeah, listen very carefully. Listen very carefully how Elohim doing the earthquakes, so that you will learn. The 4th of August, ABBA executed an earthquake in Superior, which was a 4.5. USGS UV seismic downgraded to a 4.0. Other people have it as a 4.6, right? But it really was a 4.5 because it was felt on the island of Trinidad, in the south land of Superior Penal Rock Road. Alright, it was felt in Point Fortin Labre. It was actually felt in Sagonas all the way to Princestown. That's because they run on the same fault, just like the drawings, right? This is how the drawings are. UV seismic can't do a drawing like this at all. They can't do a drawing like this. BMKG, USGS, all of them is frauds. They don't know what they're talking about. They learn science, and science is why the world it is how it is, deceived. Because of science, the world is deceived. Because of religions, the world is deceived. Right? And they're talking about global warming. Global warming is a next myth. Yeah? Global warming is a deception. Right? Global warming is a deception that a lot of people doesn't foresee as a deception. But global warming is a deception, hiding the fact that is the creator, or the creators, Yahuwah El Elyon, Elohim, IMAYAH, Ruach HaKodosha, Yahushua, alright, that they are the ones bringing the earth under subjection, bringing the earth under judgment, right? So when they talk about climate change and climate change, this is just complete rubbish that they're teaching people. They're teaching people not to respect, not to obey, not to seek answers on their knees, rather to come to them so that they could teach them about climate change. Climate change do exist, folks. Yeah, yes. The so-called Sahara dust that they spray all over Trinidad, all over the world, they spray in Sahara dust. Sahara dust doesn't come from Africa. Sahara dust came from chemtrails, and chemtrails is what makes you sick, Trinidadians. Yeah, chemtrails is what makes you sick. Yeah, by using the term contrails and saying it's that there's nothing called contrails. Yeah, there's another myth, another distraction, another deception. Yeah, there's nothing absolutely called contrails. It's chemtrails, right? Different poisons that they spraying on humanity. I tell you all some years ago that they spraying humanity like bugs. Nobody didn't believe what I'm saying. People laugh and say, well, Sahara dust come from Africa. So you believe Sahara dust come from Africa. You believe anything that NASA says after they're lying for centuries, lying and telling you all that they went to the moon. They even have books teaching you that they went to the moon. Yeah, it's called programming. Right? That's how they get to program the generations to believe in the nonsense. That's how they program the generations so that they can continue to be slaves, so that they continue to be mental slaves. You've seen? That is how they get the generations to be completely brainwashed, to believe in the myth and the made up stories which they have in the Bible with Matthew, Luke, John, and all these different characters in the Bible that wasn't there 2 BC or 2000 BCs ago. You know what I mean? That is how they get people to be deceived through religions, through traditions, through idolatry, through adultery, through different forms of worship, right? That is not in alignment with the worship of the creators, Elohim. Yeah, so when people come to you and say they serve Elohim or they serve Yahweh and they serve all these different deities, they're not talking about the holy triune eternal family. There are other deities out there who they call an Elohim, which is not Elohim. Elohim is the holy triune eternal family. They are the creators. They created man and woman from their own selves. Yeah, Yahuwah created man from himself, and in the image of female, Yahuwah created she in the image of IMAYAH, who is the mother of creation. Yeah, we were taught bullshit. We were taught in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, we were taught that the creator he placed man, Adam, in a deep sleep and take out a rib. That is a lie. That is a major deception. That is a mega deception. That is the reason why the homosexual agenda could continue. Yeah, because the people believe in the book of Genesis when they speak about God placed man in a deep sleep and take a rib out from him. It was a mega deception, which the deceptions. Who is that? What happened? Right, 3.0. That was a mega deception, yeah, that happened when the Vatican was writing the Bible. Yeah, the Bible was written by men, eh? Yeah, the Vatican write the Bible. The Bible wasn't given as an inspiration by the Holy Spirit. Whether the King James or the New King James Bible or whatever Bible that you read, they all full of lies. Yeah, they're all full of lies, and that is the standard that the people stands on, right? The people stands on the Bible, which is the book full of lies. There is not much truth in the Bible to facilitate the agenda of the Illuminati, right? There's not much truth in the Bible to facilitate the agenda of the Illuminati. That is the reason why the Illuminati place all their agendas or certain things in the Bible that doesn't add up to your spiritual consciousness. You might be reading a scripture and you might say, but how come this song is kind of funny? That is the discernment, right? Like, because you have spiritual discernment to discern the difference between the deceptions and the lies. Oh, they are talking too fast. I may be talking too long now. All right. So now that you all understand what I'm talking about, right? Back to the earthquake. Back to the earthquakes up in Trinidad there. Alright, so we see where the drawings are. Now let me see if I can just bring this up. Right, so we ain't wasting time. We ain't wasting time at all. We're gonna end this live in next 15 minutes. We're gonna end this live. We are wasting time. Right? Let me see if I could just find the next picture that I want to show you all there. So now that you all should have understand why the deception keep going on and humanity keep believing in their lies over and over, and there's no nothing else to boost their spirituality, right, and understanding the ancient truth of Elohim. We are wasting time here. As you can see, folks, you see where the star is, right? If I could bring up two teachings at the same time, I don't want to go through that right now. So you all need to put the two and two together and you all will understand. You'll definitely understand how the earthquakes are happening, right? So as you can look clearly, these places are where the earthquakes happen for the island of Trinidad, right? So you see 3.4, 3.8, all over the map here, earthquakes are happening and no reports from USGS, no UV seismic. But other people, other seismic authorities, right, reporting earthquakes happening in Trinidad, but there are no earthquake reports from USGS or UV seismic, or may I rephrase that? USGS reported some of the earthquakes that happened in Trinidad, but some they don't. USGS don't record all the earthquakes happening on the island of Trinidad because there's an authority already responsible for that, which is US seismic, UV seismic, which is the pawns or the puppets of USGS. right? U.S. seismic is the U.S. seismics people, or the people responsible for reporting earthquakes, are not reporting to the public, or the people of the island of Trinidad and Tobago, who are responsible also for reporting earthquakes in the Caribbean islands, also who is responsible for reporting earthquakes in Carupano, all the way to Maturin and to Guyaguari, or then Guyaguari, all in a different place. They are not reporting the earthquakes happening, but I am giving you all the facts of all these beautiful earthquakes that are happening. Exactly as the drawing that I just showed you all there, that is the fact. So that is the fact. That is the reason why they're not doing that, right? They're not doing it because it's an agenda, right? It's an agenda why they are not reporting the earthquakes that are happening. That's the reason why when the earthquake happened in Palaseco, Saparia, when the earthquake happened, where they put the star there, as you can see where the star is, exactly where they reported the earthquake. But where the earthquake was already placed there to happen, they didn't do it. Because you know why? That will prove that my drawings are accurate, right? And it will prove that they are frauds, that they are fake, and pretending to know about different activities or events going on. UV seismic keeping. You can go to the page if you want to know. Go to the page and you will see days when other people, other seismic stations reporting earthquakes. You will see that UV seismic is not doing no reports on earthquakes. Why? They're not doing no reports because they don't want the public to be aware, right, of how serious these minor earthquakes that are happening, that it will have consequences to the end of August. They ain't talking about that because they don't know. Yeah, they don't know. The public keep dabbling over and over and over and over, right, in misunderstanding certain things. Right now as I'm talking here, they're trying to block my communication from you, right? Not UV seismic, but USGS, NASA, even the internet companies. Yeah, I must talk about this, huh? Even the internet companies in this deception. Even the internet companies. Imagine you paying for internet. You paying for internet broadcasts, right? You paying for internet. You're not getting your money worth. Yeah, because during a certain time in the life, the internet people, or the provider, right, the provider of that internet company, you know what they will do? They will switch off my internet that run into my house. Yeah, they will switch off my internet, run into my house, throw off my whole life, and nobody will be able to watch it no more, right? That's like if somebody broadcasted my life. For example, Sister Renata, yeah, she running my lives, and she does doing a recap of the lives, and she download it, running it through a program. As soon as the live begin, enemies start to watch. If she make a comment on that said live, Facebook will cut it off. They will delete the comments. They will remove any proof, any reliable proof of Archangel Samuel teaching other people of these ancient things that they already stole. So they don't want people to be aware of I am the one being the source, the main source. So what they did is that they don't want other people running my lives to teach about the same thing that I teached about, the things that they already stole from me, so that the public wouldn't be aware that they get it from me. You see the agenda? That is the agenda. The agenda is so straightforward. The agenda is so straightforward. It's just that people refuse to see it for what it really is. Right? People refuse to see it for what it really is. Alright guys, it's been nice. It's been really nice being here, talking to you. It's very hard right now to do this live, because right now my computer is going through a phase of freezing. Or just so I start the live, computer begin to freeze one time. So I'm going through a real hell of a thing here right now. As you can see, everything that's changing for itself. As you can see, they change it, right? Yeah, you see that? Yeah. What happened just now? I didn't change that, right? They change it. Yeah, they change it to suit their agenda, right? They change it because they don't want me talking about the earthquakes happening in Trinidad. Just imagine they have authority to use the program that I'm using, change it just like that. They just change it. They just change it. So right now I'm dealing with an actual freeze right now. So right now my computer freeze up. I can't even use it right now. But I'm talking and it's going through. I hope that you all hearing me. But it's real hell right now. It's serious problems going on here. Right? Ah, boy. They keep changing around everything that I try to teach you all. Everything that I try to do, they keep changing around the settings. It's sad. Yeah. It really sad. It really sad. Computer freezing right now, and I can't seem to get things back on track online because the enemies right now, they're playing with the computer right now, and everything freeze up here right now. Everything freeze. Anyhow, guys, this has been a blessing for you. I hope this has been a blessing for you. If this has been a blessing for you, please share this live. If this has been a blessing for you, please share the live. I can't use my computer. I can't change what I'm going to change here right now. It's been a blessing. I thank people don't appreciate the sacrifices that one make to reach people, to make them understand. Yeah, everything frees up here. So this has been nice. I'll leave you with this song, right? I had to switch off the I had to power off. I had the power of the computer, right? I had the power of the computer. I can't do nothing. I can't switch it off, like, you know, like how I using the program to take it off. I can't do that. All I had to do all I could do right now is power off the computer, because the whole thing freeze and switching for itself and all these different things happening by itself. Like, because the enemy now, they're reaching out and they're making me know, they're making you all know, right? They're making you all know exactly that they are the ones who present. Yeah, they're present on the other end, and they have control over the internet. They also have control over Windows 10. Yeah, I'm using Windows 10, by the way. So Windows 10 or Microsoft have total control over my computer right now, that I can't produce the lives that I really want anymore, as the things that I'm teaching is things that I already teach, things that they already stole, and they have in the catalog that they don't want. The cat out of the bag. That Archangel Samuel is the one who teach that, and they stole it from me.
Though the wicked persecute I, still my heart has love. Oh, my head's anointed with the powers of love. Though the wicked persecute I, with envy and grudge. Oh, my head's anointed. Hey, there is no room for mistakes. We're sailing a tight ship for sure. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. There is no room for mistakes, mama say. Sailing a tight ship for sure. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. Yeah. Though the wicked persecute I, still my heart is low. Oh, my head's anointed with the powers of love. Though them wicked persecute I, with envy and grudge, but my head's anointed. There is no room for mistakes. We're sailing a tight ship for sure. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. There is no room for mistakes, Papa say. Sailing a tight ship for sure. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. Hey, let's get this ship up and spick and spanking, yes. All hands on deck, I said. Don't let me say it again. Let's get this ship up and cranking, spick and spanking, yeah. All hands on deck, I said. Don't let I gotta say it again.
From a little boy, them who so grudge with me, we all it. Some of them are own outside, them full of their envy and malice. Some of them are get bad mind and saying those are rag and malice. Bless the Lucha, bless and no man curse Babylon is all. Alright now, gossip for them all that work, they're watching who's working the hardest. Last time I jump at anything that's ruffling the grasses. And them never yet grudge the other creatures of the forest. What you reap is what you sow, don't be surprised when we are. Some people home and pockets of a it how I rust in my wallet. Choosing a man not perfect, but our flows are always flawless. And room at that time is where the shaka, where the palace. Gentleness is godliness, so keep it clean regardless. Welcome this sweeping office, start get rid of filthiness and garbage. First buckle as I want the plan, give them no up full likewise honest. Because every board the ship is heading to the land of promise.
Let's clear our space. There ain't no, yeah. Sailing there, oh get the broom, sweep the place. Oh clear our space. There ain't no. Sailing, get the broom, sweep the place. Oh clear our space. There ain't no, yeah. Sailing a tight ship for sure. Get the broom, sweep the Though the wicked persecute I, still my heart has love. Oh, my head's anointed with the powers of love. Though the wicked persecute I, with envy and grudge. Oh, my head's anointed. Hey, there is no room for mistakes. We're sailing a tight ship ashore. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. There is no room for mistakes, mama said. Sailing a tight ship ashore. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space, yeah. Though the wicked persecute I, still my heart is low. Oh, my head's anointed with the powers of love. Though them wicked persecute I, with envy and grudge, but my head's anointed. There is no room for mistakes. We're sailing a tight ship ashore. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. There is no room for mistakes, Papa said. Sailing a tight ship ashore. Get the broom, sweep the place. Oh, clear our space. Hey, let's get this ship up and cranking, speaking, spanking.